Okay, so question number 3 is we have to find the value of k for a given expression. So how to find the value for a given expression when the roots are a perfect square? So for this one, this must be k square x square plus 2 into k plus 1 into x plus 4 is a perfect square. So perfect square means that this value must be equals to 0. So how to find it? So first you have to simplify the equation. So k square x square plus 2k 2k then multiply by x, so 2kx plus 2x plus 4 equals to 0. So this is the same. This is x square parameter. This is for x, and this is the constant parameter. That this is the value of a. This is b, and this is c. So this equation, the format, we use this format to elaborate our equation for x. So x basically discriminant equals to b square. That is b equals to discriminant equals to b square minus 4ac. So what the value of b here? B value is 2 into k plus 1 whole square minus 4 into the value of a value is k square and c value is 4. So this must be 2 square equals to 4, and then k plus 1 whole square, this is square, minus 4 times 4 is 16, so 16 k square. Now a plus b whole square, so it must be 4 into k square plus b square plus 2ab, so it must be 2k minus 16k. So after this must be simplified to find the respective value. So this value must be, so the value must be 4 multiplied by k, so it must be 4k square plus 4 plus 8k minus 16k minus 16k square. This is the square. So this value is 4k square minus 16k square, so it must be minus 12k square plus 8k plus 4. So taking 4 as a common, so it must be minus 3k square minus 3k square minus 3k square plus 2k plus 1. So this discriminant value, so this discriminant value must be equal to 0 because this, the root is a perfect square. So perfect square, this value must be equals to 0, that is 4. 0 equals, this discriminant equals to 0 for 4 into minus 3k square plus 2k plus 1. So after this 4 must be divided here. So this must be equation that minus 3k square plus 2k plus 1 equals to 0. So this negative must be common. So taking negative as a common here, so minus 3k square minus 2k, sorry, that is minus k and minus 1 equals to 0. So this equation must have 3k square, 3k square, just a minute, 3k square minus 2k minus 1 equals to 0. So 3k square minus 2k minus 1 equals to 0. So taking as a by midterm breaking, so by midterm this must be 3k square equals to minus 3k plus k minus 1 equals to 0. So after this, taking 3k common here, so 3k into k minus 1, taking plus 1 common here, plus 1, so it must be k minus 1 equals to 0. So the factors are k minus 1 into 3k plus 1 equals to 0. So the first factor must be k equals to 1, and from second it must be k equals to minus 1 upon 2. These are the two values of the k. Is this clear? So for question number 4, also this have equal roots. So we have to find the value of k for this equation. For example, for this equation, the equation is for part 2, it equals to x square plus 2 into k plus 2x, k plus 2 whole multiplied by x. So this is my a square, this is my bx, then my c, that is c constant value is 3k plus 4 equals to 0. So discriminant value equals to b square minus 4ac. So discriminant must be what the value of b is. B equals to 2 into k plus 2, 2 into k plus 2 whole square minus 4. What the value of a value is 1, and the value of c is 3k plus 4. So after this, we have to multiply 2 with 2, that must be 4. Then a square plus b square plus 2ab, that must be 4k. And this must be this. Now there is a negative sign. So after negative sign, negative 4 multiplied by 3 equals to 12k, and then minus plus minus, then this must be minus 16 equals to 0. So after this we have to multiply 4 with this one, so it must be 4k square plus 4 times 4 is 16, then also 16k minus 12k minus 16. So from here, this positive 16 and this negative 16 will cancel out, and the equation of must be that discriminant equals to 4k square plus 4k square plus 4k. Now this is discriminant. So for discriminant, take 4k as positive. So taking 4k as as common, so it must be k plus 1 Now the roots have in this equation, in question number 4, having roots of the following equations are equal. So equal roots means that the value is greater than equal or equals to 0. So this value must be equals to this one. So this must be equal to 0. So after this, 4k into k plus 1 equals to 0. So after this 4k divided by here, so it must be k plus 1 equals to 0. So the value equals to k equals to minus 1. This is the answer of this question. So this is the solution of question number 4. Now in question number 5, as x square, x square plus mx plus c, that is this one, mx plus c whole square equals to a square. So the value of c square equals to, now this is the value of c square. C square equals to this one. So first you have to express this relation and simplify it. So this is basically a plus b whole square. So a square, that is m square x square plus c square plus 2mcx minus a square equals to 0. Now putting the value of c square equals to a square into 1 plus m square here. So x square plus m square x square plus c square. So c square equals to a square into 1 plus m square plus 2mcx, this is 0. So mcx minus a square equals to 0. So now just elaborating the values. So this must be x square. So taking, this is the x square variable, so it must be, here is the 1 plus m square is the common. So taking x square as a common, so it must be plus a square plus the second is plus a square m square. Now after this, this is plus 2 mcx minus a square equals to 0. So minus a square plus a square will cancel out. So this must be 1 plus m square, that the coefficient is x square. Now for second one, this is the x coefficient, so it must be 2mc, this is, and the coefficient is 2mc, and the variable is x. And the last one is, this is the value of c, that a square m square equals to 0. So now putting the formula, that discriminant equals to b square minus 4ac. So just clearing the space. So it must be, discriminant must be equals to b square, that is b square minus 4ac. Now what the value of b square? B is this one, 2mc minus 4. The value of a is 1 plus m square and the value of C is A square M square, A square M square. So this is basically B square minus 4AC. So for this, 2MC must be 4M square C square. Then there is a negative 4. Then first you have to multiply A square M square with this equation. So it must be A square M square plus A square M4. So after this, just taking the values of, so this value must be 4 4 M square C square M square C square minus, this must be minus 4A square minus 4A square M square 4A square M square, and this must be negative, also negative 4A square M4. So for the next part, this value must be equals to, taking 4 as a common, 4, and the next parameter is M square, 4M square is a common, so this must be C square. Now the second one is, from here there is only A square, so it must be minus A square, and from this must be minus A square M square. Now this has the real root, so it must be equals to 0. So when this equals to 0, so this value divided by 0 also equals to 0. So the equation is C square minus A square minus A square M square equals to 0. So for this one, this is basically is the condition that you this must have to be followed for a given root of equation. This is the particular equation. So for next question, question number 6, just we have to find that mx. This is the question 6, that mx plus c whole square, mx plus c whole square minus 4 minus 4ax equals to 0. So this must be a square plus b square plus 2ab, that is 2mcx minus 4ax equals to 0. Equals to 0. Now this equation must be, here the a is m square x square. This is the value of x, so it must be taking x as a common. So this must be 2mc minus 4a plus c square equals to 0. Now discriminant must be equals to b square minus 4ac So this must be b equals to this value, that is 2mc minus 4a whole square. Then there is a negative sign. The value of a is m square and the value of c is c square. So after this, just you have to elaborate the values. This must be equals to, this value must be equals to, that discriminant value equals to, this is the a minus b whole square, so a square, that must be 4 m square c square. Then a positive sign, then this is that this 16 a square minus 2ab. So 2ab means 2 times 2 multiplied with 4, so it must be 16. 16 m a c minus 4 mc square minus 4 m square c square. So this value must be negative, this positive and this negative will cancel out. So discriminant equals to, basically equals to 0. So it equals to 16 a square minus 16 MAC. So after this, taking 16a as a common, taking 16a as a common, so this value must be 0 equals to 16a. So a minus here mc. So when this is divided by 0, so it must be 0 equals to a minus mc. So a minus mc equals to 0. So the value a equals to mc. So this is the basically the condition that the roots are equal when a equals to mc. So this is the completion of the lecture today. We'll meet in the next lecture.